Tokyo's troubled Olympic Games have suffered another setback with the announcement that international fans will not be able to attend due to coronavirus concerns. The Summer Games were due to take place last year but were postponed due to the pandemic. Now organisers have confirmed that only Japan-based fans will be allowed to attend. They plan to refund almost 1 million tickets which have already been sold to international fans. And DW reporter Joel Dulroy has been following this and some other problems surrounding the Olympics. Joel, thanks for coming in. This decision not really unexpected, but it did come with quite a literal shock. Can you tell us more?
There was a very illustrative moment when, during the meeting that led to this decision, an earthquake struck off the coast of Japan. And we can have a look now at some images of Tokyo's governor speaking during that meeting as the quake strikes. And you can see her looking up at the furniture shaking, still quite composed. Now, the quake was a 7.2 magnitude quake. It shook buildings across Tokyo. But it didn't lead to any injuries or known deaths so far. And of course, the Olympic Committee will be hoping for a similar positive health outcome by making this announcement in keeping international guests out in the middle of a global pandemic. Yeah. And we can have a listen to International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach, who explained that safety has to come first.
Our first priority was, is and remains the safety of all participants of the Olympic Games and, of course, the Japanese people. We have to take decisions which may, need sacrifice from everybody. And there where we have to ask for the understanding there also of everybody for these difficult decisions.
The IOC president speaking about the decision there. Now, Joel, he mentioned sacrifices. How much of a financial sacrifice is this going to be for Japan?
Well, they haven't actually announced how much those 1 million tickets are going to be worth, but I did some little calculations here. Now, previous analyses show that on average, Olympic guests spend around 1,500 euros worth while travelling in a host city. So that means Japan is foregoing at least 1.5 billion euros worth of tourism revenue alone. And these games are already on track to be the most expensive on record. However, they had only sold around 4.5 million tickets. Now, that is less than the number of tickets that was sold for the last Games at Rio de Janeiro and way less than were sold for the London Olympics. So this announcement might also be a way of sort of saving face and explaining away the empty seats that we were already going to see in those stadiums. Also to mention, while the ticket costs are being refunded, travel costs are not. So that's flights, that's hotels. So any fans who were hoping to go and had bought tickets may be doubly disappointed.
I'll certainly hope everyone took out some very good travel insurance. But this is only the latest problem of many with this sort of poison chalice games, really, if you like. Tell us a bit more about that.
So yes, just days ago, the creative director of the Games was forced to resign after it emerged that he had suggested a female comedian attend the Games wearing a pig costume. Now, that became known as the Olympigs scandal, and that followed previous derogatory statements about women made by the previous head of the Games, who said that women talk too much in meetings. As a result, he had to resign. So 2 key officials are gone. And there's another controversy related to the Olympics that you might not know about, but the IOC has already announced in advance that the host city for the 2032 Olympic Games is going to be Brisbane, Australia. Now, that's my hometown. However, well, it's actually angered other cities, particularly some in Germany's Ruhr-Rhine region. Now, they were hoping to make a joint bid for the Games, and they are angered that the IOC has ignored the previous procedures of announcing the winners of these Games. And German politicians have said that they will fight on to try and win those Games back from Australia. So even though the current host city is beset by problems, there are still other cities around the world fighting for the chance to host future Olympics.
Well, the battle between Australia and Germany begins. That is maybe not good news for us. Joel Dulroy, thank you very much for coming in.